queen of the Adriatic Sea, as they Venetians call their proud republic. Her harbor has always been crowded with masts. Her merchants reach all shores known to men. Marco's father, Niccolo Polo, was one of them. He had left with his brother Matteo for the longest of his travels before Marco was born. They were away for years. Marco grew up in the gentle but unsteady care of an ailing mother. She was too weak to look after him. His father's sister, Aunt Flora, and her husband, Uncle Zane, a cloth merchant, took care of him. They were practical people, anchored to the land their ancestors had laboriously stolen from the sea. The boy, Marco, was a dreamer, and any breeze was enough to make his heart set sail. He was supposed to help his uncle in his shop in the piazza, but the harbor, the quays were his favorite places. He listened avidly as the sailors told of their fabulous adventures, hoping that one day, one of them would tell him that his father was alive, that he was coming back to Venice, to him.
Marco! Marco! Come! Come!
When you travel all over the world as we've done, you will find some of the strangest people. People that are unbelievable. Oh yes, men with heads like dogs. And eagles that could lift elephants into the air. I tell you, I've never met women more gentle or more welcoming. You know what I mean?
They welcomed you with open arms, did they?
They did that. And the men, not jealous, not a bit of it. You so much as touch one of their camels, and they'd slit a man open, like that, and then throw his guts to the dogs. I remember one time in Persia.
You've been in Persia? Where?
I got as far as Tabriz. Oh, I've seen the Mongols of Persia, only from a distance, mind you. Thousands of them, and twice that number of horses. 2 horses to every man. And then some sailors told us they were off to punish someone. So we decided to get out of there, quickly.
Sir?
Hmm?
Your pardon, sir.
You want to know something, lad?
During your journeys, did you ever meet or hear of my father, Niccolo Polo? A merchant traveling with his brother, Matteo.
The world's a big place, lad. When did they leave?
Many years ago, before I was born.
Wherefore?
Toward the Far East. They wanted to cross Persia.
I'm sorry, lad, I've never set eyes on them. But, like I told you, I only just set foot in Persia. One look at those Mongols is enough to scare the daylights out of me. Cruel people. If your father ended up among the Mongols. Cruel? They were spawned in the depths of hell.
I know. I lived under them once.
Under their rule? Where?
In Dalmatia, when Genghis Khan's army swept up to the borders of Venice.
Why weren't you killed?
Because we didn't fight. You fight back and they don't stop until everyone's dead. Men, women, and children. Their skulls piled up where their houses used to be.
That's their way. Mounds of heads.
And they show no pity on their own either. Anyone steps out of line and chop. The hands and feet. Chop. Off with their heads. Luckily they needed me because I was good with horses. So, they didn't treat me too badly. Until the day they left. They wanted something to remember us by. And for us to remember that we'd been beaten. So they took our right ears. The ears of every man and boy. Hundreds and thousands of them. And they... You don't believe me?
What's he going to do? Why? He's going to shoot.
Your Aunt Flora and I have been looking everywhere for you. Your mother is slipping away from us. She may not have long. You understand?
calling for you, Marco. Waiting for you all afternoon. Go to her, my boy. God is good. I thought I would have to go without seeing you.
I was with my friends.
You're like your father. The house is too small for you. You look so much like him, Marco. My Niccolo. So tall. Big hands. He could pick you up like a feather. I've done all I can for you, Marco. You need your father now.
He doesn't come back, Mother.
He will. You'll see. No matter what they say. Remember that. All of Venice will honor him. Welcome home, Master Polo. Welcome back. And he'll have gifts for you, Marco. Gifts for everyone. You'll be so proud of him. Marco. The letter. The letter your father wrote me. I want to read it to you one more time before it gets dark. Find it. Find it. I am in a great city with palaces and churches under roofs of gold. I feel I have been away from Venice. Not for months, but for years. The sailor who gave me the news of the birth of our son Marco will soon be returning. I am entrusting him with gifts for you. And for Marco. I am happy you named him after the patron saint of Venice. Marco, you read now, please.
I'll come back soon. I want to come home. I shouldn't have left you alone. And loneliness weighs on me also. But I'm doing all this, suffering all this, for us, for you, and for Marco, our son.
Marco, it's getting darker. Did you remember to put the light in the window? You must not forget. Your father must always know that we're waiting for him. Even if he comes in the night. Marco, take my hand. No, don't cry. Don't cry, my son. Tell him I didn't want to go. I wanted to stay awake. I wanted to wait. Marco.
Mother. you doing?
Letting some air in here, Marco. Chasing the smell of sickness out.
I don't want anything touched in my mother's room.
I understand how you feel, Marco. But life must go on. Your uncle and I are going to run this house now for your sake, and we'll sleep here.
Where am I going to sleep?
Downstairs with your cousins. Your poor mother said to me, Flora, you must look after Marco. You must protect him. Easy to say. What are we to do it with? Her sickness ate up all she had. She didn't leave a penny for any of us. And your father, what does he know? Instead of sending back money for his family, he sends back these pagan objects that shouldn't be kept in a Christian house. They could poison your soul, as they brought a bad omen on your poor mother. These things are going out.
But these are the presents my father sent home from Constantinople.
Heathen idols. Witchcraft.
Those belong to my mother.
She was too sick to get rid of them. I won't have them in this house. And that thing is going out, too. Give me that at once.
No, it's mine. It's from my father.
No, Marco, I won't let you lose your soul. My brother should be ashamed of himself if he isn't already standing before God with the weight of his sins on his soul. Give it to me.
My father has gone to make his fortune for me and my mother. When he returns...
There is no fortune for those who lose their way among infidels. Tartars. Mongols. Cruel and barbarous people. Sons of the devil. Perhaps your father is lost down there among those savages where the light of the sun never shines. That's the edge of the world, where a man could fall off into nothing.
My father is alive. He will come back. He will.
Marco, where are you going? What's wrong with you?
Many seasons passed and years went by. New ships reached Venice each day. New hopes kindled Marco's belief that one day his father would come back for him.
Gangway.
Lift out that line.
Move along with those bales there. Look! Look, Marco! How they have grown! What is that? Look, over there. Where has that ghost ship come from? Marco, no! Don't be a fool, No! Marco! Come back here! Marco!